Hi boys and girls, it's Mrs. Wagaman. I hope everybody's doing well today. I have a lesson for you about how to sequence a story. So first of all, we're going to talk about what the word sequence means. Story sequence. It means to put the events that happen in a story in the order that they happen. Sometimes we use words like first, second, and third. Sometimes we use the words like beginning, middle, or end. And if there's maybe more than 3 things that happen in a story, we might use the words first, then, next, and last. So I'm going to start with just some picture examples. And we're going to use the words first, second, and third to put these picture examples in order. So let's take a look at what I already have on my board. First, the students wait for the bus. Second, the students get on the bus. Third, the students ride on the bus to school. So there are my first, second, and third things that are happening in that really short picture story. So I have some more cards and I want you to help me put them in order for first, second, and third. All right, here's my next 3 cards. First one says, Sally puts the letter into an envelope. Next one says, Sally writes a letter to her grandmother. And this one says, Sally mails the letter to her grandmother. Which one of those pictures do you think happens first? Yep, Sally writes the letter to her grandmother. That's the first thing that she would do. So I'm going to put that here where it says first. Now let's decide what happens second. Sally puts the letter into an envelope, or Sally mails the letter to her grandmother. Yep, you got it. Sally puts the letter into an envelope. Happens second. And finally, Sally mails the letter to her grandmother. That's going to be our third thing. Okay? Now I've got 3 more cards I want you to help me with. Here's what they are. I fall asleep in my bed. My mom reads me a bedtime story. I brush my teeth before bedtime. Which do you think happens first? I brush my teeth before bedtime. I sure hope you're brushing your teeth before bedtime. That's what happens first. Second, my mom reads me a bedtime story. What do you think of that? Yeah, that's a nice way to end your night, right? My mom reads me a bedtime story. And third, yep, you got it. I fall asleep in my bed. There we go. Okay. So now I'm going to read you one of my favorite fairy tales, and it is the three Little Pigs. So I'm going to go ahead and read that story, and then you're going to help me put this story in the sequence that it happened. So let's go ahead and listen to my story, The 3 Little Pigs. It's adapted by Mara Alperin, illustrated by Ag Jakowsko. There were once 3 little pigs named Horace, Boris, and Percy who lived together in a teeny tiny cottage in the forest. One day, Mommy Pig said, "You're all too big to live here, so you must go and build houses of your own. But beware of the big bad wolf. Make sure your houses are safe and strong." "Who's afraid of the big bad wolf?" chuckled Horace. "Not me," giggled Boris. And so the 3 little pigs set off. Before long, they reached a large field. "I'll build my house right here out of straw," Horace cheered. "Straw? Are you sure?" asked Percy. "Oh, yes," Horace said. "Then it's playtime for me." And with a pat, pat, pat and a hip, hip, hey, Horace built a house of straw. Soon after, Boris and Percy reached the edge of the woods. "I'll build my house right here out of sticks," Boris squealed excitedly. "Then I can go and play with Horace." "Sticks? Is that wise?" asked Percy. "It's perfect," Boris said. And with a stack, stack, stack and a tra-la-la, Boris built a house of sticks. All afternoon, Horace and Boris laughed and danced. They had completely forgotten their mother's warning. But Percy plodded on. "I want my house to be safe and strong," he thought. Then he came to a brickyard. "This is just what I need," he said. So day after day, Percy worked with a rumbly bump and a tip-tip-tap and a heave-heave-ho until at last his brick house stood tall and proud. The summer passed. Then one day, Horace was taking a bubble bath in his little straw house when he heard something growling. He peeked out the window and saw two big, beady eyes. "By my snout," cried Horace, "it's the big, bad wolf." Little pig, let me in," bellowed the wolf. "Not by the hairs on my chinny chin chin," yelled Horace. "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down," cried the wolf. And he huffed and he puffed and whoosh! Horace's house blew down, down, down. You see him there in the bathtub? Ah! Horace yelped and scurried all the way to Boris's house of sticks. "Look out!" he cried. Diving behind the couch, there in the window were big beady eyes and sharp pointy claws. "It's the big, bad wolf," Boris chattered. Little pigs, let me in," roared the wolf. "Not by the hairs on our chinny chin chins," trembled Boris. "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down." And so the wolf huffed and he puffed and crash! Boris's house clattered down, down, down. Horace and Boris squealed and galloped all the way to Percy's house of bricks. "Look out!" they shouted. And Percy saw big beady eyes, sharp pointy claws, and truly terrible teeth. "It's the big bad wolf!" he cried. Little pigs, let me in," howled the wolf. "Not by the hairs on our chinny chin chin," shouted Percy. "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down." And so the wolf huffed and he puffed and he huffed and he puffed, but Percy's brick house stayed up, up, up. The big bad wolf couldn't believe his whiskers. "I'm the big bad wolf," he howled. "No tasty little pigs ever get away from me." "Oh, help!" shivered Horace. "He's on the roof." "What can we do?" asked Boris. "Quick, I have an idea," whispered Percy. "Yum, yum, yum, here I come," laughed the wolf, and he slid down the chimney. Right into a giant pot of boiling water. "Ow! Ow! Ow!" screamed the wolf, burning his bottom. And then he leaped up from the pot and ran away as fast as he could. After that, the three little pigs never saw the wolf again, and with help from Percy, they built one big strong house where they could all live together. That looks like a really fun house. Even got a slide coming out the window. Cool. The end. Alright, so there was my story of the three little pigs. Well, not my story, but one of my favorite stories. Now, we're going to use some different words this time. Instead of using first, second, and third, we're going to use first, then, next, and last, because there's a lot more details in the story that I just read instead of our short picture stories. So let me take these down. here's my new words. First, then, next, and last. Okay, now I have some pictures from the story that I just read, and I want you to help me put these pictures in order, again, using first, then, next, and last. Okay. Here's our choices. The wolf tried to go down the chimney. The pigs built the houses of straw, stick, and brick. The wolf blew down the straw house and the stick house. The wolf tried to blow down the brick house. Which one of those do you think will be first? Let's see. They built their houses first, right, guys? That's right. So let's get this one. The pigs built the houses of straw, stick, and brick. And I even have a little picture of the 3 houses there and the pigs. That was the first thing that happened. What's going to be our next spot? Then. Then is our next word. The wolf tried to go down the chimney? No. The wolf blew down the straw house and the stick house? That sounds good. Let's check on the other one. The wolf tried to blow down the brick house. Let's go back to this one. The wolf blew down the straw house and the stick house. You got it. Good job. Okay. Let's find what's next is our key word. The wolf tried to go down the chimney? The wolf tried to blow down the brick house? That's right. The wolf tried to blow down the brick house is next. And that leaves one more for last. The wolf tried to go down the chimney. And we all know what happened after that. Didn't end well for the wolf, did it? All right, well that is the end of my lesson today. I hope you all enjoyed it. We learned all about what story sequence means. That means to put the events that happened in the story in order. And there's a few different ways that we can use words to describe that. We can use first, second, and third. We could use beginning, middle, and end. Or we could use the words first, then, next, and last if there are a lot more details to take care of, like in the story of the 3 little pigs. Next week, I believe Miss Lyon has another take on the 3 little pigs stories. She's going to talk about the story that I just read, the 3 little pigs, the regular version, and then she's got another version to share with you. So I hope you all enjoy her lesson. I hope you're having a good time after you get your work done each day. Take care of yourselves. I love you and I miss you. And hopefully we'll see you soon. Bye, guys.